Hello, my name is Allison Palmer, and today I'm going to be going over my course design usability test. I had my test completed by two of my coworkers at A Plus Elementary, one of which was a preschool and kindergarten teacher, and one of which was our gifted and talented teacher. I also had my course looked over by one of my peers in the ADL program, Rodriguez. So, how my stakeholders and peers were able to navigate the course, I feel like my usability test included a lot of questions that were rating users' feelings on the navigation structure, the level of engagement, and the level of effectiveness of the materials that I provided for them. There will also be a section where the users can provide further feedback and comments, and that was particularly helpful in understanding why they rated their feelings the way they did. So, as you can see in the survey that I have pulled up on the screen right now, you can see that there's a section where they were able to rate and then also provide feedback about that rating. My usability test lasted about 1 to 2 weeks, depending on if they only did one module or two modules. I left that pretty open to the user because I know everybody's time is a little bit different. The activities that were completed during these modules would include 5 discussions spread across the two different modules. I think the first module only has 2 or 3. The first module also included the beginning of creating their own e-portfolio, a growth mindset plan, and a reflection. Finally, there was a blog post that was discussing and reflecting on their own learning throughout the process. And the criteria for these activities is listed in this blog post down below. Um, as I've already said, some of my participants reported back via survey, which you're seeing right now. And my peer, Brianna, she recorded a video walking through my course, giving further feedback. And that is also added to this blog post. I'm planning on having a few more people go through this course before fully launching it to the public. And that should happen within the next month or two. And these members already participated clearly. So I think so far I've been able to have the right people complete the testing because I've had a lot of different people from different backgrounds. So, like I've said before, I had a pre K and kindergarten teacher who was able to go through this, as well as one of our upper level gifted and talented teachers. And both of these users have different viewpoints and background knowledge, so their input and thoughts on the course is very helpful. And it makes it easier for me to see if this course will be accessible for all different types of teachers. I also had one of my peers who is a kindergarten teacher go through this course as well. And again, it's just different viewpoints. It increases my level of usability of that feedback. For my course, I use Canvas as my learning management system because of its capacity for organization and customization. I originally thought of using Google Classroom because that is what my district uses for most of our learning management system. And I encountered some issues with gaining access to the course through Google Classroom. I wasn't able to organize all the pieces the way that I wanted them to be. I felt like it would be a little bit more confusing and just troublesome for me and for my learners. But when I switched over to Canvas, I hadn't used it before, so there was a learning curve. But once these issues were worked out, I haven't seemed to have any follow up problems. And the usability survey, um, it showed me that my participants who already completed the survey had an easy time navigating the course and didn't seem to have any problems finding anything. So I think I made the right decision in switching over to Canvas. Throughout the feedback I've received so far, a common concern is the lack of specific instructions in the first module. I am thinking I'm going to have to go back and add a video introduction to further explain the main project of this entire course, which is the creation of the e-portfolio. The directions I gave were fairly specific, but I think that my users, because they're lacking the same background knowledge that I have, may find it a little bit confusing. Um, I think that aside from that, though, the learner's job in this course is to branch out on their own and learn through discovery rather than a lecture based style. And it seems like the participants have enjoyed that it's been fairly engaging and interactive for them. I've also added more clear instructions and information regarding the ePortfolio project into those instructions, and this has been the only thing I feel I've needed to alter so far. I think that this process has shown that sometimes what is included may seem clear to me because I'm creating the course, but can potentially be confusing to the learners that I have participating in it. I'm glad that I was able to receive feedback from multiple perspectives in this sense because it made it easy to see where my instruction was lacking. My usability testing reinforced the alignment of my outcomes and activities thus far, so no changes have been made there. And any needs such as infrastructure, system, and support will be met through Canvas and my contact page as well. I've listed my email and phone number to be a helpful resource to my users, but all of the Canvas help materials are also linked through my course as well. Overall, I would say that my usability testing is on the right track and that things are going well. There's definitely a couple of minor things that I may need to change in the future once I get more results back from my other testing users. But for now, I think everything is going great.